Hey everybody, good evening. It's Friday. It is time for the Nightbeat at 8:30, streaming live from our digital news center here at WIBW and WIBW.com. Here's a live look at downtown Topeka on a Friday night on what was not a terrible day temperature-wise. A little cooler out there, obviously, than we had yesterday in terms of the temperatures. And the forecast continues to look really, really nice moving into the weekend. Wait until you see what Jeremy's got on the forecast for Sunday and Monday. And I jokingly have said the last few nights that obviously there's a big football game on Sunday. Do we really care because the Chiefs aren't in it? Maybe you're going to watch, maybe you're not. I'm going to watch for the commercials. But again, on Monday, typically we as a country see a lot of people who kind of get sick on Monday after that big game. When you see the forecast, you're going to perhaps even think, well, maybe I do want to take a PTO day or a sick day on Monday because it's looking really nice. Just trust me. I'll show you the forecast with Jeremy coming up here in just a couple of minutes. I want to get you caught up on a couple of quick news headlines that we're following on this Friday, a busy news day indeed. One of the stories we are learning more about, some proposed restructuring within the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks, has some people concerned tonight and speaking out. Here's what we were able to ascertain and learn about what's going on today. A plan brought forth by Secretary Chris Kennedy would see roughly 80 positions lose their law enforcement certifications, including park managers, assistant managers, and public land managers. Steve Seibel, who worked in the department for 32 years before he retired last week, calls it a decision that he made to step up and talk about this because he wants to raise some concerns about this restructuring. He told 13 News today, employees are concerned with how the plan would impact law enforcement within the park system and their overall ability to maintain the land and the facilities, but they're hesitant, he says, to speak out publicly because they fear repercussions.
So it will put a strain on our parks opening, I think, come springtime. We're going to see some parks that are probably the maintenance is not going to be what it is. Parks won't be mowed. Some facilities may not be able to open.
So the Department of Wildlife and Parks did respond to 13 News in our initial inquiry today, stating that all park rangers will continue to serve as law enforcement officers in Kansas parks. But the agency did not reply to our follow-up questions about certain positions being decertified, which is kind of at the heart of what we're hearing about in terms of their concerns being raised. So again, that's where things stand right now. We've got a little clarification, but didn't get the other question answered. So we're going to keep following that story and let you know as we get closer, especially to the spring months when Kansas parks obviously get a lot more use. We are also in the news hearing tonight from a Northeast Kansas family who lost a home that they were building under construction in a major fire out near Dover this week. It took a lot of departments to bring this thing under control. The family was actually on the property when this broke out. 13's Milena Hesterly spoke to the family today as they reflect on what has happened and where they go from here. Take a look.
It was just after midnight Tuesday morning when Mandy Swift looked out the window of the family's RV.
And I thought, oh, the house light's on, but it was moving, so I knew it wasn't a light and it was fire.
Within seconds, her husband, Chad Swift, a fireman with Topeka Fire, was up and moving.
I jumped out the door and all I could see was fire. I reached in and grabbed the little kitchen fire extinguisher and realized it wasn't going to do anything.
Fire threatened the dream home they were still building. Their 3 older daughters were staying in the finished part of the home, while Chad, Mandy, and their 7-year-old twins and 3 dogs were sleeping in the RV.
And when he came back, he said, you need to call 911 and get the kids out of the RV. I'll get the kids out of the house.
I mean, before the end of the driveway, the house was fully involved, and by the time I got to the neighbors 50 yards up the road, the walls were buckling.
After the fire, Mandy turned to a devotional, Streams in the Desert, and this time the words felt different.
I just happened to look up the date of that devotional and read it, and it was just really powerful. So, after blessings comes the battle.
Even after 17 years as a fireman, Chad never thought it would happen to him.
I mean, nobody does, but I had just the other day seen my fire detectors in a box I'd brought over with us, and oh, I should probably put those in since the kids are in the garage, and
Now they're counting their blessings while one of their dogs didn't make it out. Everyone else is safe, and the community has stepped up.
The next morning, guys at the fire department showed up with a gift card and anything we needed, and then it just didn't stop.
Church members, homeschool groups, neighbors, and even strangers offered to help.
Just the outpouring of love, like we've never experienced anything like it.
That was our Milena Hesterly reporting and speaking with the Swifts there about what they have been through. They tell us that investigators relayed to them that they believe the fire was likely started by some batteries used for construction tools that were on a charger. That's what they said that investigators told them was likely the cause of that fire. As you heard there in Milena's report, the community has really stepped up to help out the family in its time of need right now. There's a fund for monetary donations at Silver Lake Bank where you can give if you would like to. Also, Topeka Bible Church is accepting donations as well for the family to help them kind of move forward as they try to navigate the future after this devastating fire. I do want to, speaking of fire issues, and obviously you heard Chad Swift there in the story talk about being a firefighter in Topeka, thinking this would never happen to him. We're covering a story that I want you to know about for tomorrow because the Topeka Fire Department has now put its newest engine at its new home here in town. Now, there's a reason I'm telling you this because you have a chance to see it tomorrow. We told you about it, probably a week ago or so. The Topeka Fire Department showed us the new aerial truck. It is outfitted with modern controls and a 100-foot ladder as well. This truck is now posted at its new permanent station, station number 5, where it replaces a 15-year-old truck that had suffered a major breakdown apparently last year. So here's the deal. The aerial arrived in time for Topeka Fire Department's open house at station number 5. It's going to be coming up tomorrow between 4 and 7 p.m. So you can go out there and you can tour the fire station, but also see this new truck that they are so proud of that they say is going to help them really battle fires from angles they couldn't before. Again, station number 5 is located at 720 Southwest 21st Street in Topeka. TFD also, by the way, expects to have another new truck just like this in place at station number 8 by next spring. It was a very expensive venture, and in fact, they ordered this thing 3 years ago, 3 summers ago, I should say. And so that just kind of shows you the demand for this particular model, that a lot of departments want to get it as part of their arsenal for fighting fires. But we've got the one now, and you can see it tomorrow at that open house between 4 and 7 p.m. at station number 5, and the other one they hope to have as well later this year. That's a quick look at the news headlines that we're following on this Friday night. As I mentioned, Jeremy has the forecast, and like I said, despite the little bit of setback today with temperatures, wait until you see the weekend. It's looking very nice. You're going to want to make some plans to be outdoors. Here's why from our First Alert Weather Center.
Temperatures today were way above normal, but still cooler than yesterday. Topeka's high going to 55 degrees. Sabetha 50 this afternoon. Marysville made it to 52. There's no rain in the area today, and we'll stay dry the next few days. Looking at western Kansas, even warmer with Dodge City 60. Garden City was 62 degrees, and in Goodland 60 this afternoon. And expecting to see temperatures slightly cooler tomorrow before a huge warm-up arrives on Sunday. High Sunday will be deep into the 60s, and then Sunday we're likely to break 70 degrees and feel like spring. Tonight, mid-20s. Anything that's been melting during the day today will likely have some refreezing tonight. Not a widespread issue, but keep in mind that if you find a patch of black ice in an area where the roads are all just fine, except for that one slick spot, you can get in trouble very quickly. So just be mindful. There could be some patches of ice here and there on a road or two. Some of the sidewalks, maybe your driveway, certainly parking lots where those big mounds of snow have been melting all day long. Anything that was wet during the day, again, could become a little icy tonight and tomorrow morning, so just keep that in mind, please. 25 in Topeka tonight. Tomorrow, 50, slightly cooler than today, still above normal for this time in the early to mid part of February. And then we see the big warm-up arriving on Sunday. So tomorrow, 46 in Hiawatha, 53 in Emporia. Sunday, we're in the mid-60s in most spots. Monday, low 70s with plenty of sunshine. And then our First Alert 8-day forecast looking pretty nice. Our next chance of rain is a week from today, next Friday. And then Valentine's Day is a week from tomorrow with highs in the mid-40s and a slight rain chance for Valentine's Day.
Jeremy, thanks so much. Now you see why I was saying that maybe we'll see a few more people get sick on Monday after a big game on Sunday that we don't really care about anyway, right? Because, you know, our team isn't in it, but we're going to watch anyway for the commercials, right? And the food. The food's always part of the fun, too. That is our Nightbeat Report on this Friday. I'm glad you could be with us. As always, we're here streaming with this early look at news and weather, 8:30 Monday through Friday here on WIBW.com or your streaming apps, wherever you get your streaming content. We are meeting you where you are. Hope you'll join us tonight for 13 News at 10. We're going to have a comprehensive look at the day's local news. Plus, KPZ, we always got those great high school basketball games to bring you the highlights and scores of on Friday nights. Here's a live look right now at Wanamaker on a Friday night. You know that with the nice weather this weekend, Wanamaker is going to be busy with traffic out there. Not a place I'm going to be, but maybe you will be. Have a great weekend, everybody, and join us tonight at 10 o'clock. Good night for now.